You know, for well over a decade, the lean startup has been the absolute gold standard for innovation. It's what taught so many of us how to find that elusive product market fit by, getting out of the building. But what happens when the next big frontier isn't outside at all? What if it's inside a machine? Well, that's exactly what we're going to dive into today, the next chapter in that incredible legacy. It's called the Lean Agent, and it's a framework built for this new age of AI. This quote, this really gets to the heart of the matter, doesn't it? It signals a massive shift in how we think. We're moving away from seeing our interactions with AI as just, a technical query, like typing something into a search bar. Instead, we're starting to see it for what it is, a strategic entrepreneurial process. The goal isn't just to get a quick answer. The goal is to build something, a product, that generates real, measurable value. So, what's so powerful about this new approach? Well, the best part is that it doesn't ask us to throw out the entire rulebook. In fact, for anyone who's lived and breathed the principles of lean startup, this framework is going to feel incredibly familiar, almost like coming home. Think of it like this. It's the same powerful engine we've always used, but now we're putting it into a brand new vehicle, one designed for the world of cognitive systems. And here is the core analogy that just reframes everything. It's so simple, but so powerful. In the lean agentic model, the AI system, that's your new customer. It's not just a tool. It's an entity you have to understand. You need to learn its needs, its quirks, its boundaries, its behaviors. And your product? That's the prompt. But we're not just calling it a prompt. We're calling it the wonderful request. And that is the product you're going to build, iterate on, and perfect, all to achieve product market fit with your new AI customer. Okay, so where do we begin? Well, we start exactly where the original methodology always told us to, with customer discovery. It just makes sense, right? Before we can even think about building a great product, a great prompt, we have to go deep and really understand our customer. We need to get out of the building and get into the system to learn absolutely everything we can about this AI. Now, our methods for discovery have to adapt a little bit. So instead of conducting customer interviews, we're doing what's called agent capabilities mapping. We're asking really direct questions like, hey, do you keep context between our conversations? This helps us avoid making any false assumptions about what the AI can and can't do. Our first MVP, our first product, is a baseline prompt that gives us a starting point. And from there, we A/B test with variation prompts, treating literally every single word like a feature we can tweak to see what gives us the most value. All right, so Phase B builds directly on everything we just learned in our discovery. Once we really get to know our AI customer, we can finally start to define the product. And remember, the goal isn't just a good prompt. We're aiming for a wonderful request, one that's so well crafted it achieves immediate product market fit by delivering exactly what we need right from the get-go. So what does one of these wonderful requests actually look like? Well, it has a few key traits. First, it requires pitch deck precision. I love that phrase. It means every single word has a purpose, just like on a slide you'd show an investor, no fluff. It also needs deep contextualization, giving the AI all the background information it needs to succeed. You also define an agent persona for it, like telling it to act as a senior strategic consultant, which really helps guide the tone and quality of the output. And ultimately, you're building prompts that are dynamic and can adapt in real time. And this brings us to the absolute heart of the entire process, the engine room, if you will. And it's a concept that should be instantly recognizable to anyone in innovation, the build, measure, learn loop. This rapid feedback cycle, the very engine that powered the lean startup, is just perfectly suited for iterating on our new product, the prompt. The cycle is beautifully straightforward. First, you build your prompt, which is really just your hypothesis about what will work. Then you measure the output. You look at it critically, checking it for accuracy, for quality, for everything you need. From there, you learn. You make that classic decision. Do we pivot our entire approach, or do we persevere with just a few small tweaks? And finally, you repeat. You run this cycle over and over and over again, relentlessly, until you achieve that wonderful result. But look, getting one great result, that isn't enough. It's awesome, but it's not the end goal. The final phase is all about creating a process for success that's scalable and repeatable. This is where we move beyond a single victory and start building a real organizational capability through validated learning. So in this new context, validated learning is the process of capturing every single insight from all those iterative cycles and using them to create what we call the playbook. Now, this isn't just some boring document you file away. No way. This playbook becomes the organization's true asset.
It's the codified, battle-tested knowledge of exactly how to operate the AI to its maximum potential to achieve your specific business goals.
So how do we actually know when we've achieved that wonderful result? Is it just a gut feeling? Absolutely not. It's measured. Success is defined by clear KPIs. Is the output relevant to what we asked? Is it focused or is it wandering off? Is it actually applicable to our real-world needs? And maybe most importantly, does it have fidelity to the source materials? In other words, we have to make sure the AI isn't just making things up, that it isn't hallucinating.
So if there's one key thing to take away from all of this, it's this. The lean agentic approach is not some deeply technical methodology that's only for engineers. It is a business entrepreneurial framework. It's built on a foundation of innovation, experimentation, and constant learning. The ultimate goal here is to generate maximum value by having a precise, strategic, and well-managed dialogue with these incredibly powerful systems.
Which, of course, leaves us with one final, pretty big thought to chew on. As we start building these playbooks, are we just learning how to operate a fancy new tool? Or are we actually creating a whole new methodology for engineering value itself in an era where our most important partners are increasingly going to be these cognitive systems? That's the real question this next chapter of innovation is asking all of us to answer.